Hello, Club Enrollify. It is Zach from Enrollify, and I am beyond excited to bring you this next episode of FRIdeas. So today we are going to be talking about how to do better social media video marketing in the era of COVID-19. Now, my attempt here, you guys have been amazing and given me really, really good feedback, and basically you're saying, hey, love what you're doing. Any way you can do it a little bit shorter so we can actually watch the video. So this is my attempt to go as quick as humanly possible while also still delivering value and not speaking too quickly that you have to rewind the tape, rewind the video tape. That's old. Anyways, we're gonna dive in here. Okay. So ad spend declines. Oops. There we go. Yep, sorry about that. Ad spend declines up to 50% are expected across all channels according to advertising professionals. This is from eMarketer, okay? So in a nutshell, ad spend across every channel, across every industry, across every network is dropping by 50%, okay? And yet, a recent Nielsen report notes that content consumption during the era of COVID-19, everyone's stuck at home, is actually increasing by up to 60% during this moment, okay? And brands are starting to take note of this, obviously. So you've got ad spend going down, but you've got content consumption going up, right? So what I did over the past couple of days is analyze 50 different schools' social media profiles to see what video content they were sharing. And honestly, I was incredibly underwhelmed, right? Here we are in a moment where ad spend is cheaper than ever before because there's less competition and people are actually consuming more content. So more eyeballs are on screens or on TVs more so than ever before. And schools are quite honestly doing a really, really poor job at leveraging this opportunity, especially as it pertains to producing good video content. So, okay, there are some outliers here. You've got all the usual suspects like WVU posting really cool video content, featuring Brad Paisley, Jennifer Garner, and this awesome little Country Roads Take Me Home video. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. Super organic, really cool. UVA's got a couple cool videos. University of Michigan's a little promo video that they put out the other day. I guess it's been out for a few weeks now, but was really depressing. I mean, like University of Michigan, for those of you who don't know, they're sort of like the poster child, them and WVU, I would say, in terms of like really solid higher ed social media. But I have to say this last video was really depressing. They basically showed their campus, showed the community around their campus with no humans. Anyways, I wasn't a huge fan. But the usual suspects are producing some content, which is better than no content. But I believe that there is a huge opportunity right now, guys, to test out social media campaigns, especially social video campaigns, especially if you haven't done a lot of social video campaigns. I think now is an amazing time to test this out. It's cheaper, right? You're competing with less people, less companies, less institutions. The people that you're targeting are not being hit by as many advertisers right now, and it's just a really, really amazing opportunity to capitalize on longer attention spans. Because one of the data points I did not share with you guys is that not only are people consuming more content, they're actually paying more. They're paying closer attention to the content that they're consuming than ever before. All right, so here's how to do this as sustainably as possible. We're talking about 4 things here, right? Number 1, scope out the competition and do it 10 times better. Facebook Ad Library. I talked about this in last week's episode, but if you have not used Facebook Ad Library, you have to use it. I'm going to just show you real quickly what this looks like because I feel like this is one of the most underutilized tools in all of higher ed. So what you can do, right, is you can look up any institution, right, your competitor programs, and see all ad campaigns that they're running in real time. So let's just go to UPenn, right? And if you go to UPenn here, you can see all of the campaigns that they're running, right? What content are they promoting? What copy are they using? What CTAs are they using? Which networks, right? So Facebook, Instagram. And what's super cool is you can actually sort by impressions of their ads from high to low. So like what you could see, like in theory, you could go to the top 10 schools and say, okay, what ad campaigns are they running? What is it video type, single image ads, what CTAs are they using, and what impressions are they getting on those advertisements ranked from highest to lowest. I mean, if you're not using this, guys, to forget even just your competition, to seek inspiration from some of the top dogs, You have to do this. So first and foremost, start with a Facebook ad library, okay? Figure out what it is that your competitors are doing or others are doing and do it 10 times better. So we're going to open this again. Here we go. Okay, moving right along. So start with Facebook ad library. Use this as a tool for inspiration. So I went in again, dug up some notable schools here, and really pulled some of the top nursing programs and wanted to use them as sort of just like a frame of reference here, right? University of Michigan School of Nursing, Duke School of Nursing, UPenn School of Nursing, right? These are the ads that they're running right now. What do you notice about these ads? Well, one of the things that you should hopefully notice is that there's nothing about COVID-19 here, right? And again, I understand that this is sensitive and people want to be empathetic and yada yada, but the reality of the situation is we're all living in a global pandemic, and some of the people on the most vulnerable people, some of the people on the front lines of all of this are nurses. What would it look like? Like, why are schools not touting their alumni here, right? Like, why aren't schools putting out really cool, compelling video content featuring how their alum are doing radical things right now to save us all? Huge, huge opportunity. Some of the best aren't doing this, which means you can. 2, develop a contextually creative campaign theme. This is really important, right? So social media campaigns are like any sort of advertising campaign. They need to be contextual. They need to be specific. There needs to be intentionality behind it. They absolutely need to be conversion-centric. So some of the major brands, I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but IKEA and Hotels.com just launched really, really, really cool, very short video campaigns, all about staying at home, falling in love with your home. Really, really bold that Hotels.com actually launched this campaign. And the reality is they're getting a lot of praise for it. So these are some of the few YouTube comments, right? This is very brave for your company to do. I appreciate your willingness to do this. This is about the Hotels.com video, which is Captain Obvious, right? Is the character in the little ad saying, "Please stay at home. Please stay at home." This is Hotels.com telling people to stay at home. Really bold, really radical moves. Anyways, here are 3 free campaign ideas for you guys. Whoever capitalizes on them, they absolutely need further fleshing out, but I think that these are actually really, really good ideas, and no one is doing this well right now, right? So, number 1, a Thank the Heroes campaign, right? Featuring alumni on the front lines of COVID-19. Every single one of you that has, let's just say, a nursing program, has alumni that are very, in all likelihood, fighting this pandemic in some way, shape, or form. Go figure out who they are, ask them for a snapshot of the time, 30 seconds of the time, ask them a couple of questions, compile a campaign around that. Number 2, if you're a grad school here, right, do something like a #ThisIsResilience campaign. I think that this is really underutilized too, right? What does it look like to be a grad student right now in COVID-19? Many graduate students, right, also work full-time, right? Which means not only are they at home working full-time, probably also schooling their children, but they're also in graduate school, right? So like if they're surviving, which you should check in on them and make sure that they are, right? They've figured out something about how to be really, really resilient in this moment. How do you showcase that, right? This is going to be an incredibly compelling ad, not just for accepted students who haven't formally submitted deposits, but also for prospective students for not just for spring of 2021 and fall of 2021. Show how your amazing students are doing this in a really, really sustainable, exciting way and overcoming the odds by being as resilient as possible here. Number 3, admissions unfiltered. I think this is more of an undergraduate campaign. It could certainly be replicated at the graduate level as well, but do a campaign featuring quote unquote real talk, like the great, the good, the bad, and the ugly of your school. One of the things that I think sucks about most admissions, like college admissions tours, right? Or like when you engage with an admissions counselor at a college or university, you get a lot of canned responses, right? Like it's very much like our school's the best thing since sliced bread. Here's the facilities. Like even if you're like a D3 school, like you're touting how great your soccer team is or your football team is, whatever it is. And again, there's nothing wrong with that necessarily, but I feel like what COVID-19 has done is it has really enabled us to all be incredibly like raw, right? And what I mean by that is like you're on Zoom, like I'm on Zoom calls with people who I've never seen not wear a suit and tie, and they're wearing like a white tank top, right? So here we are, we're in a moment, we've been exposed, we don't have our polished suits, right, or our nice video cameras, and the world is accepting of that right now. So the question for you all is, how do you leverage that? And I think one of the ways is design a campaign around like being really, really radically honest. Like maybe your dining halls suck. Like talk about that, right? Maybe you actually do have faculty member that are changing the world or on the front lines of COVID or are doing other really cool things. Use this as an opportunity to really highlight that as part of the great of your school. All right, fleshing these out just a little bit more for you. The Thank the Heroes campaign, right? So what University of Michigan, in my opinion, should have done is turn this into a really cool, authentic video testimonial. They didn't do it, so you have the opportunity to do this. Ask these questions, right? Like, what's keeping you resilient at the moment? What's your advice to current nursing students right now? So the people that are still in your programs, right? Like the people that are in the field, they're working, right? Nights and weekends, they're tackling really, really hard things. What would they say to themselves, even a couple of years ago? Or what did they say to current nursing students? 3, when the going gets tough, what, if anything, that you have experienced in our program keeps you going, right? And figure out a way to massage this, make it sound a little bit better. But essentially, like, ask them, what, if anything, that you learned in school is keeping you motivated right now? I think that that's really, really powerful and compelling. Ask them those 3 questions. It'll take 3, 4, 5, maybe 7 minutes of their time. Dwindle that down and put that into a social ad. Like, edit it very slightly, put a little bit of music, add a CTA. That is money, and everyone should be doing this, and nobody is. All right, this is resilience campaign. So I love this photo, right? Like it's a mom, she's working, she's on a laptop, and she's taped her children to the floor because they're being, nuisances. I love this, right? This is probably like close to reality for many people, right? So go to your current graduate students, right? Ask them, what's one new study routine that you've developed? What's your best Zoom story, right? How about your favorite Zoom background? Like a question or two, just to be funny, to be engaging. And then 3, describe your most resilient moment from the past month, right? Like people are experiencing really hard things right now. Everyone's reality has been totally disrupted. What are some of the coping mechanisms that they're going through, right? And ask, like literally spend 10 minutes on the phone with 10 different graduate students in your program and compile a montage of the best answers. Use that totally raw, use Zoom video, use iPhone video, whatever it is, turn that into a campaign to showcase, again, accepted students who haven't confirmed yet for the fall, and also use it as marketing collateral for the spring of 2021 and fall of 2021. Admissions Unfiltered campaign, breaking it down just a little bit further, right? Questions to ask. Real talk. What's the best and worst food on campus, right? Hardest question you've ever been asked on a campus tour. Like, get your admissions team together, right? Have several of them hop on a Zoom call, record themselves, have some sort of like mediator. Maybe you even have a current student interviewing the admissions team. Like, think about how to expound on this creatively, but essentially be really, really authentic. Like, show them in their t-shirts, right? Like with the guitar hanging on the background or in their sweats. I think that this is like a really, really special moment to be unbelievably transparent about the good, the great, the bad and the ugly of your school, of your program. If you could go, ask them another question, right? If you could make 3 changes to your school, right, overnight, what would they be? Just be totally unfiltered here. This is the sort of content that's going to be watched, engaged with, and shared in this moment. Ad creative. Okay, a lot of you I know don't have lots of teams. You feel understaffed. You have small budgets. I'm with you. Like totally get that, right? Canva is your best friend. Canva is a totally free tool, a creative tool. You can design really cool, compelling ads. It helps you easily resize images, add text to images, etc. I use Canva all the time. Cannot recommend it enough. Again, totally free. You don't need to have a graphic designer on staff to make something really beautiful and really engaging. They have lots of free templates that you can pick from. Go and check them out. Totally recommend them. All right, 3, build your target audience. Okay, Spark, Toro. I talked about them in last week's video, but I'm just going to talk about them again because this platform, guys, is really powerful. If you're a Marcom team, if you work directly with your Marcom team and your Marcom team controls your marketing budget, they have to get on SparkToro, okay? So just I'm going to leave the video here, or leave the presentation really quickly here. SparkToro has audience intelligence tool, compare audience tools, profile search. They basically give you really, really, really incredible insights into where your audience is. So what I just did, this is an undergrad specific example here. Zeme.com is this relatively new sort of like social network for college students. And a lot of schools are building profiles and inviting students rather than to, historically you would invite students to join the class of, 2020 Facebook group. Now they're joining the class of 2020 Zeme campaigns. So I just plugged them in here, right? And what this does is it shows you the people that engage with content on this site, right? Zeme.com. They also listen to these podcasts. They also engage with these other websites, right? CommonApp.org, Inside Higher Ed, right? EdSurge, etc. And what's super, super cool here, guys, right? And this is where the big value lies in audience profiling, is I can go ahead and I can take, right, like social here, and I can add all of these accounts, right? All of these websites. I can create a list, right? Add to list, and I can create a new list, and I can call this FRIdeas list for social video campaigns. And I can add all of these social profiles, these websites, these keywords, etc. to a list. And then what's amazing is I can download the CSV file, okay? I can upload that CSV file to Google Display, Google Search, right? Any major ad network, and my targeting is essentially done, right? Or if you're in enrollment management and Marcom runs all of your ads, this does the work for them. They will be so thankful, trust me. Like, even if you have a tough relationship with them, you are doing the work of giving them really detailed insights into who you want to target, specifically, not just, forget even just demographics, that's nothing, right? This is incredible psychographic targeting. And you're equipping your Marcom team with the insights that they need in order to build these really, really, really robust target audiences. All right, getting back into the presentation here, guys. We are almost done. That's SparkToro. By the way, if you want more info on SparkToro, just shoot me an email, zach@enrollify.org. I'm Rand Fishkin, who's sort of like the father of modern SEO. He started Moz. Really, really, really smart dude. He gave us early access to this to test out the product. It's incredible. So happy to give you sort of a behind the scenes look if that would be helpful. All right, 4, finally, launch your campaign. So we've talked about, right, how to get inspiration. Go to Facebook ads library, go see what your competitors are doing, do it 10 times better, right? You have that access. Most people in higher ed don't even know that that's a resource. Go tap into it. Go check it out. Number 2, think about your creative, right? Think about your actual campaign. Be specific, be intentional, do something different. I gave you 3 ideas. Those are rough ideas. Make them 10 times better, or even just take them because no one's using them, and launch that campaign. 3, figure out your target audience. Use tools like SparkToro, Google Keyword Planner, whatever it is. Figure out where people are. If you know definitively that, oh wow, yes, like I'm this nursing program and I know that everyone, all like 75% of my prospects reads this one magazine or visits this social site, this website, plug that into something like SparkToro. And what's amazing is that you're going to get access to like 10, 20, 300 other touch points, right? Other outlets that same audience interacts with. And what's super cool is it shows you the percentage of that audience that interacts with that content. So for example, let's say 100%, 80% of your audience visits nursing.com, right? Let's just make this up, right? Well, what SparkToro will tell you is that, oh, okay, 80% of your audience visits nursing.com. Well, guess what? 50% of the people that visit nursing.com also visit bestnursesever.com, right? And that insight is incredibly valuable from a targeting standpoint. Okay, 4th, finally, launching your campaign. So Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube are going to be your best bets in terms of platforms to launch social video ads to. Facebook. What a lot of people don't realize is that video is on average 10% the cost of carousel or single image ads, right? So most folks pay on average between 15 cents to 50 cents per click on video campaigns. With single image ads, you're looking at typically like a $2 or higher cost per click for the same audience. Now, this is general data, this is from WordStream, but like that's huge savings. And throw on top of that a global pandemic where 50% of ad spend is just gone overnight. Like, now is the time to launch really good, compelling social video ads. 2, Instagram. On Instagram, raw organic user-generated video content has 10 times the ROI as branded video content, as being defined as people clicking through the ad and converting on that offer. The beautiful thing about this moment is user-generated video content is all you have, right? So equip your admissions counselors, equip your students, equip your grad coordinators with resources that they need to record a very simple, quick video. Use that video, edit that video, right? Send it to a video editor, make it add a little bit of like flashy music and a couple of intro slides. Nothing too fancy, but solidify that and then throw that on Instagram, right? 10 times the ROI as like a $10,000 like video promo campaign of your program, right? Really cool stuff here. Finally, 78% of Gen Z say that YouTube is their go-to network for video consumption. So if you're not launching video ad campaigns on YouTube and you're at all interested in getting in front of Gen Z, you're just wasting your time, right? And your money. So I know a lot of people don't know too much about video advertising, YouTube advertising, and a lot of people just use Google Display and add-on, but like you really should be developing custom video ad campaigns for YouTube. Maybe we'll dive into that in a later session if folks are interested, but these are the channels you want to be in. These are the channels you want to launch campaigns in. And like, again, right now, obviously everyone's sort of, bidding strategies are going to be different depending on who you're profiling and where you are in the country and what your budget is. Your potential reach is going to be different, but now is the time for higher ed marketers to test out social video campaigns. It's cheaper than ever before. People are spending more time watching and engaging with content more than ever before. It's really a win-win. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you this week. Again, resources to tap into Facebook ads library. YouTube has incredible just resources for designing YouTube ads, designing just video ads in general. SparkToro, again, amazing audience profiling tool. Let me know if you want more details. Happy to give you kind of a behind-the-scenes tour. White Hat puts out just a lot of really good content on bidding strategies if you're trying to get a sense for like what you should be estimating for a social video marketing budget. And then Canva, again, very amazing free design platform, allows you to design really cool, engaging video ads, Instagram ads, etc. Lots of templates too, so you can just kind of plug in your branded colors, etc. They make it really easy. If you guys are not already in the LinkedIn group, go ahead and join the LinkedIn group. Subscribe to Enrollify at enrollify.org. Share this content with a colleague. Also, shameless plug, we launched Enrollify Chatter about 10 days ago. Chatter is where great decisions start. It's a really robust resource for everything you'd want to know about CRM, student information systems, what software, what service partners for marketing and branding you should be tapping into, etc. Go leave a review on Chatter. If you do so, send me an email and I'll give you a gift card. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day and an awesome weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye.